Can't do nothing. Damn.
Walk. You're gonna end up in cuffs too. I swear.
Damn. For what?
For obstructing. I told you guys.
Obstructing what? They're kicking us off public property.
Yes.
Alright, this is the last time. Next time you go in handcuffs, you go in the back of the car.
For what?
Go. Start walking.
That's janky.
Is badge number 648.
We can swap them if you want.
No, I'm not swapping you my ID.
Oh, okay.
Where is your ID?
Yeah, I told you I got it, but
Okay,
what's the
hand me
problem?
your ID. I need to legally identify you.
Why is that?
Stay right here.
Am I being detained?
Just stay right here.
Answer the question. Am I being detained?
No.
Okay,
But
if I'm
don't
not
go
being
over there.
detained, I can go over here.
Do me a favor.
I'm not
Stay
being
back over
detained. I
here.
can move anywhere I want. What's your name?
What's going on, Bay fam? It's your boy, Bay Area Transparency, and we're back at it once again. And for this video, we're in the city of Vacaville, California. Now, this has been requested a lot, and we're doing this a little bit different. This is actually a video that was submitted to us at the Bay fam for review, and we went ahead and broke it down, and it gets wild, as you guys can see. I also, because this video was submitted, I went to Vacaville and did an employee conduct check of my own, okay, on the Vacaville PD, and what I saw was in line with what we saw in this video that we just played those couple clips of. It's about 6 o'clock right now on Friday, January 6th, but I put a post out that said I put a video out today, so it's coming out tonight. I'm just sorry that it's a little bit late for some of you guys. I've recommended these gentlemen in this video file a lawsuit and have given them the contact and will give them the contact information for the civil attorneys that I use out in Oakland, California. Subscribe, like, share. This video is a banger, baby. Let's get into it. It's BAT.
So, for a bar fight, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, now 10 different squad vehicles for a single bar fight happening over there. Just a few squad cars coming in, handling a bar fight. I was getting pushed over there, telling him I could stand on the sidewalk, this public sidewalk, all the way down here. All this downtown right here is all public sidewalk. All right here, public, sky's public, everything's public. Oh look, there's more. So I was getting pushed and shoved and everything by some cop. I don't know who he was. He refused to give me his name and badge number. Can I switch the camera? I can't. But he was refusing to give me his name and badge number. He was shoving me right here, shoving me back, hands on my chest, reaching for his gun. I was keeping my composure. Luckily, I had friends pulling me away, but you know, that's kid cops. That's kid cops, but it is what it is. Kid cops, they don't know their rights, but I know mine, so it's good.
All right, Bay fam, instead of sitting in front of my computer and talking to you guys about this, I figured I'd come down here to downtown Vacaville to show you guys what was going on and give you guys a little bit of context. This is the street that the last officer just pulled in from, where they were counting the officers. And that is the area over there that these gentlemen were standing at when they were first recording, okay? Down here, down there, right there, as a matter of fact, where my finger is, that's the bar where the fight happened and it spilled out into the street. That's why all the officers were lined up in the streets over here. But that bar is extremely far away from this area. It's more than a football field away. I don't know if you guys can tell on the camera or not how far away it actually is from where these gentlemen were standing.
Hey, what girl was it that had the keys?
She had like some type of braids. She had like a black bodysuit. If you guys needed both
It's okay, I'm waiting for my ride. That's what I'm doing, I'm waiting here. I'm waiting here.
Guys, you gotta go.
That's what I'm doing, I'm waiting.
someone to come get us because
I'm giving you guys a heads up. We are about to give out a dispersal order for an unlawful assembly, and everybody will be arrested.
For standing on public property?
Yes.
What am I even hearing right now? Let's replay the scenario, Bay fam. These gentlemen had removed themselves from the scene of where this supposed fight happened outside or at the bar, right? They are now more than a football field away, 100 yards away from the issue, way outside, as we saw in their first video of the line of police. The police were all way down the way dealing with the fight, but the police seen people standing around and they wanted to clear the streets. So they come up to these gentlemen, they can't help it, and they start to tell them they have to leave. The gentlemen say, we are leaving, we called an Uber, and if you know how Uber works, you give them your address and they pull up to where you called them at, right? They sat and said, okay, we're leaving. We called an Uber, we're getting ready to get out of here. But that wasn't good enough for these officers. Because there's a situation happening, you can still hear some yelling in the background of other people they're trying to move out, and the people are saying, hey, we're waiting on our ride, we're just down the street. There's nothing wrong with what we're doing. And this gentleman is smart enough to say, this is public property, like I have a right to be here. Not only that, but he has a right to record the police activity. He has every right in the world to stand there and even closer and record the police activity. We all know that if police want to clear a scene or declare something a crime scene, they need to put up crime scene tape. They need to put tape up. They did not have tape up. We're lucky on this one. We have 3 different angles of this entire scenario. So we get to watch it happening from 3 different ways. Let's go ahead and go back to the facts of what's going on. These gentlemen moved 100 yards away from the scene to be out of it, and they're waiting for an Uber. Not only that, but they're recording and they're trying to record police activity, which is your First Amendment right. That wasn't enough for the police. So the police are going to come push up on them and tell them that they have to leave. They're declaring it an unlawful assembly. You can't declare First Amendment press, free press rights, an unlawful assembly. Okay, they had every right to record, and this gentleman's smart enough to let them know, hey, I'm recording you guys. That's your free press right. They can't then say, well, this is an unlawful assembly, you now have to go. It doesn't work like that. Let's go ahead and see what happens next.
Just so you know, I am recording right now.
That's fine. After it happens, we're gonna give a dispersal order, and if you're still around after I get that order, then we're gonna proceed.
Well, I'm still waiting for my Uber right now. I'm still waiting for my ride. But this is with the address I told them. You want me to change the location from public property right now to another public domain? Correct? So you're saying I can't be on public property right now?
Time, and if I have to say it again, then it's gonna be an issue.
Because I'm on public property right now, right?
You're in an area where there's
But is this a crime scene, correct?
All right, this is the last
This is
time.
a
Next
crime
time you
scene.
go in handcuffs, you go in the back of my car. For what? Go. Start walking.
Because I'm on public property right now.
He doing his thing. Look at him. Look at him. They're kicking us off public property.
Correct?
All right, this is the last time. Next time you go in handcuffs, you go in the back of my car.
For what?
Go. Start walking.
That's janky. It's okay.
That's what I'm walking
Keep
for.
walking.
But I got 3 people following one person right now.
You
4,
stop walking, you go in my car.
5, 6.
You're the one talking.
I am talking because I have freedom of speech, First Amendment.
wait in this
Correct?
spot over here.
I have First Amendment. That's where I'm going. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Careful, don't try to.
I can, huh? That's crazy. That's crazy. Good for me, huh?
Get out of here.
Shut the f- up. You're hella weird. Hey, that's what I'm doing. That's why I got First Amendment.
So what exactly are we seeing right now? We're seeing the gentlemen go ahead and leave because they were threatened with arrest, with an unlawful arrest, violating their First Amendment right. They have every right to record the police activity. But that's not enough for the police. The gentlemen start leaving. Okay, you guys, the officers, you bullied them out of their rights. Straight bullied them out of their First Amendment rights, their right to be in public, their right to wait for an Uber. Again, they're extremely far from the incident. There's no crime scene tape up, nothing. Just officers who saw a challenge and cannot hesitate, couldn't wait to butt their head against that challenge. That was their only goal right there. So these kids, these young men, I call them kids, but they're young men, walk. They leave. Okay, whatever. You bullied me out of my rights. I'm going to go ahead and leave. That's not enough. The officers have to follow them. Not only are they following them, but now they're mocking them. You hear the female officer, oh, don't trip. And you hear the other cop, oh, you can count. Well, good for you. Which irritates these guys. It irritates one of them more than the others, and he starts to say something to them. We'll get to that in a second. And I think he's right. I think he's right with everything they said. Those officers are being weird, right? They are being bullies. They're being foul. This is not the job they signed up to do. This is not the way they're supposed to be doing this job. But yet, they can't help it because their ego, because they were challenged, right? Even though these gentlemen are 100% right and within their rights. Let's keep watching.
Huh? Get out of here. You're hella weird. Hey, that's what I'm doing. That's why I got First Amendment rights. That's why I have the freedom to speak and the freedom of press. Come here. Come here. The freedom of press. Whoa, why'd you push me? Excuse me, officer, why'd you push me? Whoa. Hey, what the fuck? Back up. Just go back. Get back.
Okay, let's go ahead and go over exactly what's happening and what's going on right now. And remember, this is in response to the officers taunting these young men, right? This is not these young men just doing this, but one of the young men said, you're weird and you're acting like a clown, whatever he said, and just because you have that badge on. Without that badge, I'd beat your whatever outside of that badge. Meaning that if you didn't have that badge on, you wouldn't act like that to me. You wouldn't talk like that to me. You're not tough. This is not a threat. So what they did is they arrested him for California Penal Code 71A. Okay, California Penal Code 71A. Every person who, with the intent to cause, attempts to cause, or causes any officer or employee of any public or private educational institution, or any public officer or employee to do or refrain from doing any act in the performance of his duties by means of threat directly communicated to such person to inflict an unlawful injury upon any person or property, and it reasonably appears to the recipient of the threat that such threat could be carried out, is guilty of a public offense punishable as follows. And it goes on to say, if this is the first time doing it, it's a misdemeanor. And if you've been convicted before of this penal code, it is now a felony. So what this means is if you threaten an officer in order to make them refrain from doing their job, you're guilty of this. Saying something to the effect of whatever, you're weird, it was just because you have that badge. If you didn't have that, I'd beat your blank outside of this, is not covered under this penal code. It is not a crime as to how this penal code is written. Let's get back to it. It's also not a violation of Penal Code 422 because that is a direct threat of death or great bodily injury. He didn't make the direct threat of death or great bodily injury. So like I said, they arrested him for Penal Code 71, but it was an unlawful arrest because the definition of what happened here does not meet Penal Code 71. Another part of Penal Code 71 says that if the officer has to believe that the threat can and will be carried out. When this individual says that and he's walking away from you and you have to go chase him, in your mind you do not believe the threat is going to be carried out. When you come up behind somebody and you grab them and out of nowhere grab them like he had to, of course the person is going to tense up, but all the cops just jumped on this individual. Instead of walking up and grabbing him and saying, hey, you're under arrest, put your hands behind your back, if that's what they wanted to do, they took the opportunity to attack this individual, okay? Took the opportunity to attack this young man. Rather than doing their job the right way, they should have never been following these young men, okay? But they wanted to taunt them. They wanted that challenge. They wanted to pound their head right against the wall if they could, to take the challenge based on the ego, based off their training, based off being bad police officers. Let's go ahead and keep going.
He doing his thing. Look at him. They're kicking us off public property.
Correct? All right, this is the last time. Next time you go in handcuffs, you go in the back of my car.
For what?
Go. Start water.
That's jank. For what?
Go. Start water. Start water.
That's janky. It's okay.
Man.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Get out of here. You're hella weird. Hey, that's what I'm doing. That's hella weird. That's why I'm got a bad. That's why you talking. Crazy. Freedom of press. Come here. Come here. You're gonna beat my. Whoa, why'd you push me? Come here.
Ooh, what are you trying to do?
Why'd you push me?
What are you trying to do?
Put your hands behind your back.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Back up. Just
What
get
the
back.
fuck?
Just go back. Just go back. Get back.
What the fuck? Hey, why'd you push me right now? I'm literally just standing here. Why'd you push me right now?
We're telling you to leave.
That's what the fuck I'm doing. What do you think I'm fucking doing?
Keep walking.
I'm literally walking right now,
Okay, keep going.
and you have my fucking boy on the ground.
Moving.
What do you think I'm doing?
Keep your feet moving.
I'm literally moving right now. This is where you told me to go, correct? Hey, this is where you told us to go. And they have my boy on the ground. What the fuck? Yo, you guys just pushed the fuck out of me. You pushed the fuck out of me. You right there. Hey, let me get all your name and badge numbers, please. It's within the first constitutional rights to get the name and badge numbers. And it's within the policy of the Vacaville Police Department, too. They're all walking away. They're all walking away. They f***ing took my boy Tyrese right now. They all took my boy Tyrese, and I got that shit on video. Why'd you push me right now?
Because we're telling you to leave.
That's what the
Go.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I got my right here, Reese. Look good. She didn't do nothing. Damn.
Walk. You're gonna end up in cuffs too. I swear to
Damn.
God.
For what?
For obstructing. I told you guys to
Obstructing
leave.
what?
All right, Bay fam. As we can tell, there's a lot going on in this video. But let's talk about what we do know that happened. There was some sort of physical altercation at a bar. That didn't seem like it was enough for the police. The police decided that they were going to come and tell them that they couldn't be on the sidewalk at all, which was a violation of their First Amendment right. They were recording. They were trying to record the police activity, and they were very far away, like I said, over a football field away. Then they get under one of the young men's skin, and the young man turns around and says, whatever, bro, you're weird. You know, you're being a clown. Just because you got that badge, that's why you're acting like that. I'd whoop your butt outside of this, outside of that badge. And he said those words exactly, outside of this. We read the penal code 71A. That's not part of the definition of that penal code. It's very clear. Then all the officers come up behind this guy, grab him, and they see it as an opportunity to pounce. And you heard the words out of their mouth. You don't threaten a cop. You were the ones following them for a good distance after they left the area you didn't want them to be in. You were the ones mocking them. You were the ones taunting them, okay? And then when they responded, you attacked them and you hurt them, and they became abused and victimized by the Vacaville, California police. Then they start violating everybody else's rights. They start pushing everybody else, pushing one young man through bushes. The other one gets his phone knocked out of his hands. He's threatened that he's going to be arrested for obstructing. The results were one individual had a hurt ankle. He had to go to the doctor, urgent care. His ankle was swollen. He got shoved through the bush. He basically had a sprained ankle. That's what the doctor told him. And he also had a shoulder injury. The other individual got his phone knocked out and broken, and he had a shoulder injury when the female cop, I don't know her name, started trying to grab his arm, knock his phone out of his hand, and twist his arm, tell him he's going to be arrested for obstruction. And the young man who got arrested sustained multiple injuries, bruises, cuts, scrapes, hurt shoulders, and was arrested and taken to jail. They charged him under the felony section for this Penal Code 71A. And remember, unless you've been convicted prior of a violation of Penal Code 71A, you cannot be charged as a felony. It is a misdemeanor. But they charged him as a felony so that the jail wouldn't release him and he would have to bail out. Okay, they forced him to spend that money, and I believe they did that on purpose. Now, at the end of the day, the district attorney out in Solano County has not picked those charges up. Okay, they basically refused those charges, and I can see why. If they watched the body cam footage or any of that, they would have seen that these officers violated these young men's rights. I wonder if they filed any use of force paperwork on this or use of force reports, because this was submitted to us at the Bay Fam. I went ahead and went to the Vacaville Police Department to do an employee conduct check, and what I saw aligns with what we've seen in this video. Let's go ahead and watch what I did. It's Bay Area Transparency, and I'm out.
The fuck is this?
Hi. Can I help you?
No, I'm good. Can I help you?
No. Why are you out here taking pictures of our city vehicles?
Oh, it's my personal business.
Okay. Well, here's the deal. You got called in as a suspicious subject. Do you have ID with you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Can I see that, please?
I see your ID.
That's number 648, Sergeant Lopez. Can I see your ID, please?
Cool. Can I see yours?
No. Can I see your ID?
Okay, can I see yours?
Sanford, can you start me a second?
I'd like to get yours.
I'll give you mine once we're done.
Awesome.
You can record all you want. That's fine.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Do you have your ID with you?
I've already answered that.
Okay. What's your name?
What's your name?
Okay, here's the deal, man. I'm not going to sit here and keep playing the name game.
Okay.
Okay.
See you later.
So, where's your ID?
Where's your ID?
Do you have any reason to be back here video recording all these cars?
Let me see your ID, and I'll show you mine.
My ID is right
We'll
here.
swap them.
My ID is right here.
I'm fine with swapping
Sergeant
them.
Lopez, badge number 648.
We can swap them if you want.
No, I'm not swapping you my ID.
Oh, okay.
Where is your ID?
Yeah, I told you I got it, but
Okay,
what's the
hand me
problem?
your ID. I need to legally identify you
Why is that?
because you've been called out here for call for service,
Mhm.
a suspicious person,
Suspicious for what?
recording vehicles, looking into vehicles, and taking pictures. Exactly what you're doing when I pulled up.
How is that suspicious?
Okay, you got called in. I need to identify you. Do you have your driver's license?
Well, I agree. I got called in. Is there a number for that call, by the way?
Absolutely.
What is it?
I'll give it to you once this call's over.
Okay, so yeah, I might have got called in, and I understand you want to identify me or you think you need to, but yeah, unless you show me your ID and I can see it and take a picture of it and stuff, you're probably not going to get mine. So,
Okay.
okay.
What's your name then?
What's your name?
Do you enjoy doing this?
I'm not the one who came up to you, bud. Do you enjoy doing it?
Absolutely, I do.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
cool.
enjoy dealing with compliant people.
Awesome.
I
Cool.
enjoy dealing with compliant people.
Awesome. Awesome.
The back one.
And why would I have to be compliant?
So here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
Okay.
You said that a lot of times. You say that a lot?
Yeah,
Awesome.
because you're not quite understanding.
Awesome.
so
Is your cam on?
It sure is.
Doesn't.
like your
Oh, I
camera's
see
on.
it. I see it red now. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see it at first. Okay, cool. Here's the deal. Is that pepper spray right there?
No, it's not.
What is it? Mace or something?
No.
Extra clip? Wouldn't you have an extra clip on
You-
the other side though?
Enjoy taking pictures?
I'm just trying to figure out what you got on you. What kind of knife is that?
It's just a pocket knife.
Cool. What
Okay,
kind
so
though?
do you
is
have
it like
your
a
ID?
good? Is it a good brand?
Do you have your ID?
Is the knife a good brand?
Do you have your ID?
I'm asking a question. Is the knife a good brand?
You're not asking questions. We're asking questions.
I'm just asking
Okay.
you a question. What's the problem? I'm just asking if the knife is a good brand.
great brand.
I like knife. I'm into knives, so
Okay.
I like brands
knives
like
on you?
Benchmade and stuff like that. You know what I
Do
mean?
you have a knife on you?
Do you? How many
sure
do
do.
you have on you? How many knives you got on you?
Failing to identify.
What's your name?
Officer Johnson, sir.
You got a badge number?
601.
Awesome. So,
Make break contact.
see you later.
Well, I don't want him recording what's in our back lot. We're recording. Here. Can I talk to you? Hey, stay with
Cool.
this guy right here.
I'll talk with you guys.
Just stay right here for me, please.
Am I being detained?
Just stay right here.
Am I being detained?
Just stay right here.
Answer the question. Am I being detained?
No.
Okay,
But
if I'm
don't
not
go
being
there.
detained, I can go over here.
Do me a favor.
I'm not
Stay
being
back over
detained. I
here.
can move anywhere I want. What's your
Do me
name?
a favor.
Name and badge number? I'm
Oh,
not doing
656.
I'm not doing you any favors.
Is there anything we can help you find today, sir?
There we go. I get some light on this one.
All right, sir. Is there anything we can help you with?
I was trying to figure out what kind of knife that
Is
is.
there anything we can help you with?
I'm trying to figure out what kind of knife that is.
I don't need to tell you what kind of knife it is.
Well, I'm just asking. Do
Okay,
you
well, I'm
mind
not gonna
telling
tell
me?
you.
You're not going to tell me?
No, I'm not going to tell you. So if
All
there's
right.
anything else we can help you with, you guys...
Are you this aggressive all the time?
No,
Damn.
I'm not this aggressive.
Well,
I'm just speaking with you. But if there's nothing else we
I
can help you
feel
with,
aggression.
you can get on your way.
There's a lot of aggression.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Have a good night, sir.
I agree. You can get on your way.
Hey, get out of my car.
I'm not in your car, bud.
Love you too.
Cool. So that was a sergeant. Hey, what was your name again? You didn't tell me. I need your name. Name. Clown. Okay. Holy shit, this dude came and was aggressive as hell and was like, give me what's your name, ID, and da-da-da-da. He was ready to fucking detain me for sure. He was like getting ready to go hands on for no reason because I wouldn't fucking tell him what my name was. You know, it was funny. He was talking to me like he had the absolute right to my ID, and he literally has no right in this state to my ID at all. And that's why I asked him. The other officer tried to hold me there. He's like, stay here, stay here. Am I being detained? Am I being detained? Stay here. You know how they won't answer you if you're being detained? Because they know they can't detain you. So they won't tell you whether you're being detained or not. And you're not being detained. You know what I mean? Now, see, I'm being respectful of this gate, even though I don't need to because it's open. I can go in there if I want to. I'm just being respectful of it, even if I don't have to. How you doing? No lights. You know you have headlights, right? There we go. Yep. This is their crime scene investigations. Take care. All right, she was cool. You know, she stopped and turned them on and, you know, didn't get all butthurt about me saying that. So good for her. You know, she wasn't like that sergeant that we just dealt with, who I don't remember his name. It's funny. I will, right when they tell me, I'll ask their name and totally forget it. Oh, cool. We got one. Let's see. What happened? Oh, here goes a PD call. Hi. Oh, they're obviously stalking me at this point. Trying to figure out who I am. If you guys didn't see it, there he goes right there. That's the sergeant. He's sitting there probably pissed that I'm still here and that I didn't have to leave. I'm on the public right away. Down there I can see a light. You guys see that light? That's probably another PD car right there. There he goes. He's turning. So I can guarantee there's one down there waiting for me. You guys see that light? Just down there waiting to stalk me when I leave. That's what that light is. Look at, there they go. You can see them. They're just stalking me. Two of them just went by that way. So they're just out there chilling. And like I said, you have the other car down the road who just had their one little light on. But you can definitely see that they are just stalking me still. You see the light down there is the same spot that they were already at. So it's definitely him. Now they have their light on, but they're just stalking me. There's our escorts here. Some more here. How's it going?
How you doing?
Good.
What's going on?
Not much. What's going on with you?
Waiting right there?
What was that?
You just waiting right there?
Yeah.
You need something?
Nah. You need something?
I was hanging out.
Uh-huh.
This is our entry gate, so you're not supposed to get away from it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I'm not in the way. I mean, like, I can stand like this, though, right? Is that okay? I mean, I can be in the middle right here? Yep. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Like, what was the point of that guy even coming to talk to me? You know, that's our gate. Don't block the gate. I won't block the vehicles, but if I'm in the middle of the gate, I'm in the middle of the gate. Like, they get it incorrect sometimes. You can't block vehicles. You can't block traffic. Nothing says you can't stand in the middle of a gate. So this dude was just confused. Another one who just wants to have some authority. These cops out here in Vacaville, I'm telling you, man, I used to think they were halfway decent until recently when I got a video from some kids that were like in downtown Vacaville, and these guys beat up some kid just because he said if you didn't have a badge, you'd probably get your ass beat. That's not a threat, and they beat him up and said, you don't threaten a fucking cop. Slammed him down, tackled him. These kids sent me all the videos. I'm getting ready to do a video on it, but I figured I'd come add to that video and see how they dealt with me.